Hello everyone and welcome to my Home and Away news. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. 7 Little Johnstons, why fans compare Brice to a beaten dog. 7 Little Johnstons fans are livid with the way that Brice Bolden is treated in family TLC scenes from the show, and many agree that he deserves better. Recently, viewers had a lot to say about what they have seen, with many slamming the poor treatment of Brice that they see in scenes. So what did viewers have to say recently? 7 Little Johnstons fans agree that there is no room for Brice Bolden. As 7 Little Johnstons fans have seen in TLC scenes, Brice Bolden has done his best to assimilate into the family machine. As viewers have pointed out for years, Amber Johnston and Trent Johnston run a tight ship, and they are not afraid to crack the whip when it comes to their children. This only makes things more difficult on Brice Bolden, who is doing his best to fall in line and become part of the family dynamic. Even before Liz eventually got pregnant with baby Leighton, many viewers said Brice would be better off bailing entirely from this situation. However, since Leighton's arrival, he has only gotten himself even deeper into the situation. Bringing home a newborn and becoming a first-time parent is a tough phase for anyone in life. However, the way that many 7 Little Johnstons fans see it, things are even harder for Brice because he has both Liz Johnston and Amber Johnston watching his every move, especially when it relates to anything to do with Leighton. In addition to that, even Trent Johnston has gotten on Brice's case as well. So he has had to juggle being a new father on top of all of the added scrutiny, along with TLC cameras around to document everything. While Brice may not be the brightest bulb, according to fans, most viewers also agree that he does not deserve this kind of treatment. 7 Little Johnstons fans recently called out the way that they see Brice Bolden treated in season 15 scenes, with many even comparing him to a beaten dog. Many still want him to get as far away from this family as possible. However, with baby Leighton in the mix, this seems even more unlikely. Fans of 7 Little Johnstons are used to seeing drama unfold within the Johnston household. But recent episodes have sparked a wave of concern, and even outrage, over how Brice Bolden, longtime boyfriend of Liz Johnston, is being treated. In fact, some fans are going so far as to say Brice looks like a beaten dog in the way he carries himself around the family, particularly Amber and Trent. This vivid comparison has ignited discussions about whether Brice is being unfairly criticized, emotionally sidelined, and possibly even emotionally mistreated on the TLC reality show. A long road with the Johnstons. Brice has been in Liz's life for years now, and viewers have seen their relationship evolve from teenage dating to co-parenting their baby girl, Leighton Drew. But even with all that history and a shared child, Brice continues to feel like an outsider in the Johnston family. While fans initially chalked up his awkwardness to being a shy person on camera, recent footage has painted a different picture. Whether it's being grilled by Trent or judged in silence by Amber, Brice is often left visibly uncomfortable. Body language experts might call it slouched shoulders, averted gaze, and slow, hesitant speech. But fans on social media have dubbed it plainly. He looks like a beaten dog. The scenes that broke fans' hearts. One particularly controversial scene involved a family dinner, where Brice tried to voice his plans and hopes for the future. As he tentatively shared his thoughts, Amber's face hardened, and Trent leaned forward, ready to interrupt. Brice barely got a few words out before being interrogated, not just about finances and living arrangements, but also about his ability to be a long-term partner and father. I get the protective parent thing, but it was brutal, one viewer posted on Reddit. He looked like he wanted the floor to open up and swallow him. Others noted how Brice seems overly apologetic around Liz's parents, walking on eggshells no matter how supportive or involved he tries to be in Leighton's life. Are the Johnstons too controlling? The Johnston family is known for being tight-knit and opinionated, traits that are both strengths and stumbling blocks. Amber and Trent's desire to oversee every element of their adult children's lives has long been a topic of debate, and Brice might just be the latest casualty of their overbearing tendencies. I feel like Amber treats Brice like a misbehaving student, another fan said on Facebook. She doesn't talk to him, she talks at him, like she's waiting for him to sympathize with Amber's protective instincts. After all, Liz has faced emotional ups and downs, and as a young mother, she's more vulnerable than ever. But others point out that shielding Liz from Brice isn't the solution, especially when Brice has shown nothing but dedication to her and the baby. Brice stepped up when it counted, one user tweeted. He could have bailed when Liz got pregnant, but he stayed. That should count for something. The toll on Brice and Liz's relationship. Amid all the family tension, Liz and Brice's relationship has started showing signs of strain. Brice appears quiet and withdrawn, and Liz has commented more than once about feeling caught in the middle. She's torn between loyalty to her family and love for her partner. A classic reality TV dilemma, but one with very real emotional consequences. I can't help but feel like Liz is under pressure to please everyone, one viewer wrote. And in doing that, she's starting to emotionally distance herself from Brice. The pressure cooker environment may be cooling their once warm connection, and fans are begging the family, and the show's producers, to intervene with more empathy and less confrontation. Brice deserves a voice. Fans argue that Brice has never truly been given a chance to speak freely on the show. Every attempt at transparency or emotional openness is quickly cut off, met with suspicion or skepticism by the Johnston parents. He deserves a voice in this family, one fan posted on a 7 Little Johnstons fan page. He's the father of their grandchild, not a neighborhood boy coming over for dinner. They need to start treating him with respect. Brice may be quiet, but that doesn't mean he's weak. His willingness to stick around despite the cold shoulders, constant evaluations, and emotional landmines shows remarkable patience, something not all partners could offer in his shoes. What should happen next? Fans are calling for a shift in how the Johnston family relates to Brice. It starts with Amber and Trent easing up and recognizing that their daughter's relationship isn't theirs to control. It also involves giving Brice more time on the show to express himself, share his feelings, and show viewers the full scope of his personality beyond the nervous moments at family dinners. There's also hope that Liz herself will step up as an advocate for Brice. While it's clear she loves her family, fans hope she'll assert boundaries where needed and acknowledge how the treatment of her partner affects not only her relationship, but also her child's home environment. TLC under fire. Some viewers have begun blaming 7 Little Johnstons producers for editing Brice in a way that maximizes tension. They believe the beaten dog image may be exaggerated by selective scene cuts and awkward music cues, all designed to paint Brice as passive and pitiful. Whether or not that's the case, the optics are clear. Fans are worried. And if the show wants to avoid real backlash, it may be time to reframe Brice's narrative, showing not just his stumbles, but his strengths too. Final thoughts. Brice Bolden isn't perfect. No one on reality TV is. But to many viewers, he's not being given a fair shake by the Johnston family, or even by the show itself. He's shown loyalty, gentleness, and commitment in ways that deserve recognition. Calling him a beaten dog may sound extreme, but it reflects how raw and visible the imbalance has become. For the sake of baby Leighton, Liz, and their future as a family, fans hope the Johnstons will drop their guard, open their hearts, and start treating Brice less like an intruder and more like one of their own.